This sermon will be geared towards the men. It's for everybody, but I hope to really speak to the men today. The sermon comes from Exodus chapter 24 and Exodus chapter 32. Exodus chapter 24 and Exodus chapter 32. Here's what it said. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Come up to me on the mountain." Everybody say the mountain.
The mountain.
All right, say it again, the mountain.
The mountain.
That's going to be important. It's important for you all to get the image of a mountain in your mind. All right, get that in your mind because that's important for the sermon today. Again, everybody say the mountain.
The mountain.
The Lord said to Moses, "Come up to me on the mountain, stay there, and I will give you the tablets of stone on which I have inscribed the instructions and commands so you can teach the people." So Moses and his assistant Joshua. Moses and Joshua. Everybody say and Joshua? It's going to make sense in a minute. Moses and Joshua set out, and Moses climbed up the mountain of God. Mountain of God. When the people saw how long it was taking, this is chapter 32. All right, so we were in 24. We had some stuff that's going on in 25, some stuff that's going on in 26. Some stuff that's going on in chapter 27 of your life, chapter 28, chapter 29, chapter 30, chapter 31. Now we in 32. Y'all with me? 24 to 32. Everybody say a lot happened.
A lot happened.
A lot happened. All right, so when people saw how long it was taking Moses to come back down the mountain, they gathered around Aaron. "Come on," they said, "make us some gods who can lead us. We don't know what happened to this fellow Moses." Moses climbed up to the top of the mountain. Moses is up there in the presence of God. The people are at the bottom of the mountain. They gathered, but it's like, "Moses, where you at, man? We wait on you to come back. Moses, you have not come back yet. So we're going to make some other plans, God, because we haven't heard from you." All right, come on. Make us some gods who lead us. We don't know what happened to this fellow Moses who brought us here from the land of Egypt. So Aaron said, "Take the gold rings from the ears of your wives and sons and daughters and bring them to me." All the people took the gold rings from their ears and brought them to Aaron. Then Aaron took the gold, melted it down, molded it into the shape of a calf. When the people saw it, they exclaimed, "Oh, Israel, these are the gods who brought us out of the land of Egypt." Aaron saw how excited people were, so he built an altar in front of the calf. Then he announced, "Tomorrow will be a festival to the Lord. We're going to celebrate." The people got up early the next morning to sacrifice burnt offerings and peace offerings. After this, they celebrated with feasting and drinking, and they indulged in pagan revelry. The Lord said to Moses, "Quick, go down the mountain." Moses is at the top of the mountain. The Lord's like, "Man, go back down the mountain. And your people whom you brought from the land of Egypt have corrupted themselves." How quickly they have turned away from the Lord, from the way of the Lord, or from the way I commanded them to live. They metal down the gold. All right. Here's what I want to talk about today. Today I want to talk about this. Where are you? All right. I told you all to get the image of a mountain in your mind. I told you to get an image of a mountain in your mind. Yesterday, the men of Fresh Start, we went hiking yesterday, and we had a great time while we were hiking yesterday. We had a great time. We went to a place called Crowder's Mountain. I was excited about it. I was apprehensive about it. I was excited about going, but I was wondering about going. I was excited about going, but then I was like, "Lord, I don't know what this is going to be like," because it was my first time going to Crowder's Mountain, and I didn't know what it was going to be like trying to climb up that mountain. So I'm excited about it, but I'm apprehensive about it. But I got to go because we've made the decision to go, and I'm wondering about it. Okay, so we go to Crowder's Mountain. And it was a great experience for the most part. All right, it was a great experience for the most part. We had some men, and we went to the top of the mountain. For the most part, it was a great experience, but it wasn't a perfect experience.
Yeah.
On the way up the mountain, some stuff happened to make you want to wonder, should I be trying to go to the top of the mountain? Somebody failed. Going up the mountain, somebody failed going up the mountain. But here's what happened when the person failed trying to go up the mountain. Little boy failed, but after he failed, watch this, his dad reaches down, helps him get up. The dad dusted him off, and the little boy started running again. I think y'all missed it. That was really good. All right, we going up the mountain. Somebody failed. But after he failed, his dad helped helps him get up. His dad dusts him off, and little boy started running again. Understand, God is calling all of us. There's a mountain in your life that God is calling for you to climb, and here's what might happen, or here's what's more than likely going to happen. Somebody is going to fall. But you serve a God who says, guess what I'll do when you fall? I will reach down, help you get up. I will dust you off, because you don't see how bad you messed up the back of your pants, but I see it. God says, I'm going to dust you off, and all you need to do is just start back running again. We were going to the top of the mountain. Watch this. One person fell. A lot of us tripped. We just didn't fall. I'm going to say that one more time. A lot of us tripped because it was rocks and branches along the way. We were tripping. Some of us just didn't fall. The problem with so many of us today is we laughing at people who fail. Understand, you could have failed too, but God says, I'm just not going to let you fall right here and right now. Come on, that's pretty good right there. That's pretty good. We judging other people, but the reality is you could have failed too, but God says, I'm just not going to let you fall. We going up the mountain. We make it to the top of the mountain. All right, we get to the top of the mountain. We have a mountaintop experience. It was wonderful. It was amazing. Now, when we started the trip, because I had heard about some experiences of people trying to climb this mountain. Y'all still with me this morning? Yes. Okay. All right. So because I heard about experiences concerning the mountain, as I was trying to climb the mountain, because before you climb the mountain, you like walk this distance to the mountain. And then you have to climb the mountain. You got to walk to the mountain, then you got to climb the mountain. So we were still walking to the mountain. I thought we was climbing the mountain. Y'all, I promise I'm preaching up here. I thought we was climbing the mountain because we went in this path that I had never been on before. I thought we were climbing the mountain, but they said we're trying to get to the mountain. Okay, all right, so that's what's going on. And I was wondering, because I heard some stories from the past, because on my way to the mountain, I was passing people coming away from the mountain, and I was wondering how many of these people actually went up the mountain. Because I heard there are some people who will walk to the mountain and their only goal is to walk to the mountain. It is not, I'm preaching up in here, it is not their goal to actually go up the mountain. Y'all with me? So I'm walking, I see these people coming, and I'm wondering, did you go up the mountain? Did you really go up the mountain? Did you just go to the mountain, or did you go to the mountain? So that's what I'm wondering. All right, on our way back, I discovered I'm not the only person who thinks that, because on our way back, this is after we got lost. We got lost yesterday. And so, so here's the joke I started saying. I used to wonder, how do people get lost in the woods and it get dark? And yesterday I got a glimpse of it. The Lord was like, this is how it happens. Y'all think y'all know where y'all going, but y'all don't know where y'all going. We got lost, and I was wondering, but the Lord brought us out. Say he's a deliverer. All right, he brought us out. I was wondering. On our way back down, people began to ask us, the men will testify, did y'all go to the top of the mountain? People began to ask us because everybody's wondering, did you just go to the mountain or did you go up the mountain? That's it. That's the sermon right there. Are you a person who will just go to the mountain and you're standing at the base of the mountain and look in awe of the mountain, the beauty of God? Are you a person who will just go to the mountain, or are you a person who will climb to the top of the mountain?
Amen.
That's what this sermon is about. That's what's going on in today's text. You have Joshua, you have Moses, and you have the children of Israel. God has led them out of Egypt. They've been marching. God brings them to a place called Mount Sinai. And when they get to Mount Sinai, watch this, here's what happens. You have the people of God, the majority, everybody say the majority. The majority, all the people gather at the bottom of the mountain. But then Moses says, okay, let us go, Joshua. Y'all remember I said that? He grabbed his assistant Joshua, and they began to climb the mountain. The majority of the people are standing at the base of the mountain. Moses and Joshua began to climb the mountain, but there comes a point in which Joshua cannot climb any further, and so Moses goes on to the top of the mountain. All right, let me give y'all my points for the sermon today. Here's what it is. You got people people at the bottom of the mountain. You got people midway of the mountain, and you have people at the top of the mountain.
Yes.
That's it. That's my 3 points. You got people at the bottom of the mountain. You got people midway of the mountain. You have people at the top of the mountain. All right, so what's your sermon? Here's point number 1. Point number 1 is this. Are you at the bottom of the mountain? That's it. Point number 1. Are you at the bottom of the mountain? Okay, tell us again. Who's at the bottom of the mountain? Y'all still with me?
Yeah.
Who's at the bottom of the mountain?
Majority of the people.
Here's what's going on at the bottom of the mountain. These are the people at the bottom of the mountain. It's the people who say this. Y'all ready for this? I know God, but I don't know him like that. I said, I know God, but we ain't like that. It's the people who, watch this, however the wind blows, that's where I roll. I'm preaching up in here because they're at the bottom of the mountain. Moses and Joshua are on the mountain, and guess what they're doing at the bottom of the mountain? Having an unplanned party. They did not come to the mountain expecting to have a party, but while they were waiting on God to move, waiting on God to speak, because God didn't speak fast enough, they started to have a party. Not only did they have a party, but they decided, okay, since the God that I think I'm rolling with not speaking like I want him to speak, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a re-evaluation of my circumstances.
Right.
And so because this God, I know he exists, I've already seen what he can do because he brought me out of Egypt. I know what he can do, but right now he ain't speaking. So because I know he's not speaking, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to take our earrings, all of our gold, we're going to melt it down and make our own God. We're going to go from the big G to a little G. All right, so here's what happens. Y'all ready for this? This is what they do. They stop giving credit to the one who deserves the credit. They said, okay, God, I got this gold, I got these earrings, the bracelet, the herringbone. Y'all, I got some people here that remember that herringbone. Come on, y'all know what I'm talking about. That big necklace we would wear. If you had a herringbone, come on, y'all, you know you was the person in class. Come on, don't act like that. You the person in class if you got that herringbone. If I could get a herringbone right now, I would slip and wear. I can't wear it on the outside of my clothes, but I walk up in here like, yeah, I'm the man in the room. Because when you got that herringbone, okay, all right. So Lord said, I'm going to give you the herringbone. Here's what you going to do. You're going to look at the herringbone. You're going to look at the money you paid for the herringbone. And as opposed to saying that God is the one who gave it to me, you're going to look at that job. You're going to look at my boo thing gave me. Here's what's going on. Y'all with me? Okay, I got the job that God gave me because he gave them the herringbone and the earring. He gave it to me. But as opposed to saying, Lord, I thank you, God, because I'm in a period of discombobulation, because I'm in a period of obscurity, I'm not going to look at you, but I'm going to say, you know what, it's something about this job. I've never had a job like this before. I'm making money like I've never made before. So as opposed to looking at Jehovah Jireh, you begin to say, Job Jireh. That it's this job that's blessing me, when the reality is there are some people up in here that if you just look back over your life, you'll have to say that was a point in my life when I did not have a job. That was a point in my life where I had a negative balance in my bank account. I was writing checks that were coming back insufficient funds, but guess what? I never lost a meal. I can look at you and tell you never missed a meal. I was never outside. I never couldn't make it. Is there anybody up in here that knows it's not about the job? Okay, I'm gonna give you a relationship. Okay, let me back up, because here's what I also realized. Because I'm a preacher, I promise this is good to me. It was good to me at home at least. All right, here's the struggle. You struggling because you dealing with something you've never had before. They've never had gold. They've never had earrings. It was when God delivered them them from Egypt, he told the Egyptians, give them the gold. Here's the struggle. God says, I'm going to bless you. And then we struggle with how to deal with the blessing.
Yes.
That's good. They've never had this stuff before. So what they're doing is they're giving credit to something that really it was God who gave it to them.
Yes.
The job, okay, I'm dating this new boo thing. He fine. I'm dating this chick. I don't know where it's gonna go, but I done sent all my boys her Facebook picture. I done sent all my boys her Facebook picture, and it's one of those. They all gave me the thumbs up. They all gave me. Everybody say thumbs up. They all gave me the thumbs up, and so I'm happy for the first time in my life. Because I've never experienced this before. So I think I'm happy because I'm dating her.
Right.
Come on, y'all go with me. I think I'm happy because I'm dating him. And so I stopped saying if it hadn't been for the Lord on my side. I'm just going to mess with Jeremy and Deanna because they're a cute couple. I'm just do that. And I stopped saying if it hadn't been for the Lord, and I started saying if it hadn't been for Jeremy on my side. Come on, y'all go with me. Jeremy got stars in his eyes and hearts in his eyes. And Jeremy said, if it wasn't for Deanna, I don't know where I'll be. Come on, y'all know what I'm talking about up in here. You will end up with that relationship that you always wanted, and you stop giving credit to God. God is the one that let you have to leave that last relationship. He broke your heart. He cheated on you. She didn't do you right. And God orchestrated your step. I just want to know, is there anybody up in Fresh Start that says, you know what? I'm at the bottom of the mountain, but I'm not going to major in the minor. Because if you're majoring in the gold, you're not majoring in the one who made the gold. If you're majoring in the gold, is there anybody up in here that knows only God? All right, come on. Bottom of the mountain. People at the bottom of the mountain major in the minors.
Okay.
Because it ain't about the gold, it's not about her. Y'all with me?
Yeah.
All right, number two. All right. Are you moving up the mountain? Okay. Are you moving up the mountain? All right. All right, Rachel, what you got to say about this? Okay. All right, here it is. There are some Joshuas in this room today.
Yeah.
Moses is going to tell you, tap, tap, hey man, can you go with me up this mountain? All right. So you climb the mountain. You get midway up the mountain. And then Moses says, okay, this is as far as you can go.
Hey.
All right, okay. You climb the mountain. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And Moses says, this is as far as you can go. You got to stay right here. And Moses goes higher. Here's what most of us do. We become bitter because life said, stop right here. That was good. I promise when you think about it, you're going to know I'm preaching up in here. We become bitter because life says, okay, you're moving up. Here's what I need you to do. You got to stop right here. Which means here's where you are. Here's where you are. You are between what you can be and between what you can be. I'm going to say that again because y'all going to shout about this right here. You are between what you can be and what you can be. Because here's what you've done. You've climbed the mountain. You're midway. You're Joshua. You can be Moses, or you can be the people at the bottom of the hill. I'm gonna say that one more time because I want y'all to get that. That's tweetable right there. That's an Instagram quote. You are between what you can be
Yes.
and what you can be.
Right.
Here's what they're doing at the bottom of the hill, and here's what Joshua could hear. They are partying at the bottom of the hill. They're having a good time at the bottom of the hill. There's a twerk machine at the bottom of the hill. Here's what Joshua is doing. He's midway of the mountain praying. But I'm not hearing nothing while I'm praying.
Say that.
I'm hearing what they're doing at the bottom of the hill. Somebody's gonna get this. I hear what they're doing at the bottom of the hill. They sound like they're having a good time at the bottom of the hill. So what I really want to do is turn around and walk back down the bottom of this hill, because I done tried what I thought God wanted me to do, but I'm not smiling, I'm not throwing confetti. Is there anybody up in here that'll testify life has landed me between what I can be and what I can be? And the truth is, if I could have my own way, I'd go back to what I really don't want to be. That was good. You're between what you can be and what you can be, and often because you miss what God is really doing, you walk back to what you don't want to be.
Yes. Right. Yes.
Joshua, here's what you don't understand. So y'all remember I said, okay, we started in chapter 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and we got to 32, right? So they couldn't see what God was doing between 24 and 32. Here's what Joshua will mess up. If Joshua only look at what happened between 24 and 32, and if he does not hold on until Exodus, and then you got Leviticus, and then you got Numbers, and then you got Deuteronomy, and then you got a book called Joshua. If he only focuses on what happened in chapter 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and 32, he's going to miss that there's a Leviticus. I got to wait through Leviticus. There's a Numbers. I'm preaching up in here. I got to wait through Numbers. There's a Deuteronomy. I got to wait through Deuteronomy. But guess what's going to happen when I get on the other side of all this stuff? Somebody up in here needs to realize God says there's a situation that I already have your name on, but you're not going to get to where I'm trying to take you if you decide to go back down the mountain. You will never make it if you decide. Who decides?
You.
Come on, y'all talk to me. Y'all be a talking church this morning. Who decides? You decide. God says, I'm going to open the door for you. God says, I'm going to tap you by your Moses. Moses is somebody that you respect. God says, I'm going to tap you and I'm going to let you start climbing this mountain. The question is, what are you going to do, Joshua?
Yes.
Do you keep praying? God, I can't hear you, but I know you're moving. God, I can't see you, but I know you're moving. God, I know you're doing something, but I don't know what it is. Are you going to just wait on God, or are you going to go back down to the bottom of the mountain where they listening to Anaconda, where they listening to are you going to stay midways or go back to the bottom? Last point. Y'all want this last point? Y'all want this last point?
Yeah.
Because here's what I'm hoping is going to happen today.
Amen.
I may be talking to some Joshua's. Let me see y'all who I real today. Let me see y'all who is my least concern this morning. The people at the bottom of the mountain. Because the sermon is really about the Joshuas and the Moseses.
All right.
So if you cool with just being able to go to Club One, if you cool with spending the rest of your life trying to figure out where is happy hour, and we say stuff like it can be 10 o'clock in the morning, but it's happy hour somewhere. If you cool with living your life at the bottom of the mountain, then you know what really what you can do is you can go ahead and leave church, because none of the stuff that I'm going to say from here on out, it ain't for you. I want to talk to some people that have made up in your mind, at the least, at the minimum, I'm going to be Joshua. At the base of my life, I'm at least going to be climbing. All right, look like some of y'all want to be Moses. Last point is this. Are you at the top of the mountain? Are you at the top of the mountain? All right. Gotta make me sweat hard this morning. All right. Are you at the top of the mountain? Okay. All right. Okay. All right, so we hiking yesterday. We was at the top. We got to the top of the mountain. Somebody said this. One of the guys, when we got to the top of the mountain, we just started talking about life and what God is doing. And one of the guys said this, like talked about how, you know, we have it in us to go to the top of the mountain. But here's what you never know if you never try to go up a mountain. That I have it in me to go up a mountain. Yeah. I'm going to say that one more time. You have it in you to go up a mountain. But here's what you will never realize or never actualize if you never try to go up a mountain. That I can go up a mountain.
Yes.
It's simple, but it's profound. I'm going to say that one more time. Okay, all right. A few guys yesterday had gone up that mountain before. So they knew what they could do. I think it was like 2 guys that had gone up that mountain. It was more than 2 guys, like 8 of us. Okay, so y'all go over there. I want to talk to the 6 of us, because I was in the 6. I had never been up the mountain before. We drive into the mountain, and I see the mountain, and I'm wondering about this mountain. Here's what I can't do, because it's men's weekend. Gotta look like a man. But they don't know. As they keep talking about this mountain. And you got people like who was that in the back seat? Adrian, with your crazy self. Adrian, like, let's run to the top. I'm serious. And I'm driving, and I'm thinking to myself, y'all just said we was gonna climb the mountain. Y'all ain't said, y'all hear what I'm talking about? Y'all come on, y'all go with me. Y'all ain't said nothing about trying to run. So now I got to figure out how to climb this mountain and run. Ain't nobody told me nothing about running. Do y'all know what I had to go through? I was late, and Damien knows I'm normally not late. The devil tried to do what he could do not to get me to show up yesterday, and I almost said yes to the Lord. I was late, and I get there, and this guy's there, and they try to figure out how to go to the top of this mountain. Okay. All right, so I'm apprehensive and wondering how it's going to happen. There's some Moses at the top of the mountain, but you don't know that you can get to the top of the mountain until you make a decision in your mind. I'm going to try to go to the top of the mountain. Now, here's what we focus on. Thank you. Here's what we focus on. Y'all want to see what we focus on? Okay, everybody say, I'm Moses. I'm Moses. All right, I'm finna bless y'all. Because a lot of y'all gonna leave here today saying, man, I can't go to the top of the mountain. It's Moses. He got the 10 commandments. He gets to the top of the mountain and God is in his face like this. So he gets to see God like the people at the bottom of the mountain don't get to see God.
Hey.
All right, everybody say I'm Moses. All right, so that's what we're going to look at. Let's go back and peel back the curtains of his life. Because I'm going to come down your street right now. Let's peel back the curtains of his life. Most of us think that we can never be Moses because of this. You got some mama issues. You got a special situation that's going on. Watch this. When Moses was born, Pharaoh was trying to kill all the little boys. Here's what Moses' mama had to do. He had to put Moses in the water. And he like flowed down the river. Nobody knows where he's going to end up. All his biological mama knew was, he can't stay with me. I think he can be. And so I'm going to put him in a seemingly jacked up situation. He flown down the river. A princess finds him. Here's what happened. God still orchestrates it to where his mama ends up being called in to nurse him.
Yes.
So here's what happens. He's in one of them situations where the person I call mama, that ain't my mama for real, for real. What I should be doing is calling her auntie. What I should be doing is calling him teacher. What I should be doing is calling her grandmother. But as opposed to being able to call the person who the person really is life happened. And so my auntie is my mama, and my mama is my auntie. Come on, y'all know I just said something up in here. There's some people struggling with some mama issues. And you think that your mama issues will disqualify you from going to the top of the mountain. But guess where Moses is? Okay, that didn't get somebody. How about this? How about this? Some of y'all know you're going to have a hard time passing a background check. You trying to get a job? They going to do a background check. Oh, yes. They going to do a background check. If you do a background check for Moses, guess what? You will discover this dude killed somebody. Okay, all right. He's a murderer. He killed somebody. Okay. He killed somebody. Not killed. He killed somebody. The joker's gone, taken out, he ain't coming back. If you do a background check, you will also discover that he wasn't man enough to turn himself in to the authorities. Oh no! He ran. America's Most Wanted would feature Moses on one of the episodes. Have you seen Moses? Because he killed somebody and ran, but guess what he was still able to do?
Top of that mountain.
Yes. Amen.
I'm preaching up here. Y'all gonna get this in a minute. He still got to the top of the mountain. You got some daddy issues. I'm just going through Moses' life, telling you all that jacked up stuff that's going on with the person at the top of the mountain. See. There's I'm off. There's something called cognitive dissonance. God just put this in my spirit right now. I'm really off script now. Cognitive dissonance. That there will always be a disconnect. As long as you see there being a disconnect, here's what I'm trying to get you to do. I'm trying to help you see that you can be that person, that you are that person. Stop thinking you're less than and open your eyes up and see that you serve a God that said regardless of what's in your past, you can still be that person at the top of the mountain. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, you that person. You that person. I know your family was jacked up, but you that person. I know you can't pass a background check, but you that person. I know you got some stuff going on, but you're still that person. All right. Here's what Moses is doing. Here's the big challenge for today. Y'all still with me? Y'all still with me? All right. Here's what Moses is doing. Y'all ready for this? Moses is do this. You're at the top of the mountain. God is telling you what to do. Here's what you do. You lean over. And what God has shared with you, you use that, watch this, to pull other people up in life. That's it. God says, I'm going to share something with you. Here's what you're supposed to be. Here's what you're supposed to do. There are some people at the bottom of the mountain. I need you to share with them what I shared with you. There are some people midway of the mountain. I need you to share with them what I'm sharing with you. I want to ask one more time. Is there anybody up in here that wants to go to the top of the mountain? Because you recognize God's going to equip you. God's going to bless you. Watch this, to help some other people come up higher in their life. Here's what I want. It's Men's Sunday. It's Men's Sunday. I'm over my time, but it's cool. Y'all still with me? I want some men to do this today. Here's what I want some men to do. Here's what I want some men to do. I'm talking to all the men up in here right now. I'm talking to Joshua. Remember, Joshua is on his way up the hill. I'm talking to Moses today. Here's what I want. I'm about to do an altar call. And as I do this altar call today, I want all the men who will commit to being at minimum Joshua. I'll say that one more time. I want all the men who will commit to being at minimum. Everybody say minimum.
Minimum.
Everybody say minimum wage.
Minimum wage.
Joshua. Watch this. Hold on. I like that. Come on, celebrate these men. They already there. You know what? Come on up here. I'm not going to stop y'all. Come on, y'all hear from God. Y'all come on up here. Come on, y'all come on up here. Come on up here. Y'all come on up here. I'm not going to. Come on. Come on, celebrate these men. Celebrate these men.